All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honor to my apostles and bishops of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans. Now you have Israelites scattered amongst these other nations that may look like the other nations. All right, but their lineage on their father's side goes back to the 12 patriarchs of Israel. They are Israelites too. This is Brother Kassad speaking, and this video will be entitled Clout is a Drug. All right, and definition of the word clout, we're focusing on the second definition. It says influence or power, especially in politics or business. All right, another word for clout is fame. Okay, and we have words over here below the second definition that is similar to the word clout. It says influence, power, pull, weight, sway, leverage, control, dominance, authority, rank, so forth and so on. You get the point. So in this thing of ours, you got a lot of guys that are addicted to clout. And what inspired me to do this video was I was watching the No Jumper podcast, and guess who's on there? You had Whack 100, you had what's this dude? The dude that punked Tommy Sotomayor. Forgot his name, but you guys that been around, you know what I'm talking about. But the point is, you had also in that same podcast, you had Captain Tazariak of the ISUPK. Okay, he's over there sitting down, having a sit down with a bunch of spiritual heathens. All right, we don't know if Adam 22 is a Edomite or Israelite. Who knows? But he's a heathen, either or. And 2/3 of our people, you know, those niggas that he was sitting down with, they're heathens as well. They don't acknowledge themselves as being Hebrews. All right, especially Whack 100. Okay, even though Whack 100 seems like he's starting to, kind of get the understanding of the concept of us being Hebrew Israelites as a nationality. All right, that's neither here nor there. But the point is you got this dude, Captain Tazariak, he's sitting down with a bunch of non-believers. Okay, and that's not a part of doing his work. All right, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai told us what to do when it comes to teaching his word and serving him. But you have a lot of guys, they just love being on these different platforms. All right, they love to clickbait, to have clickbait type of videos. They love the attention, man. Okay. A lot of these guys want to be the vanguards. They want to be, they want to be the ones that they want all the recognition. Okay. And they don't care who they get it from. They don't care if they get it from the other nations. They don't care if they want it from the whole nation of Israel, and they want it from the other nations as well. And what proves that is the way they go on about how they carry themselves in this faith. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, and also I'm gonna throw the example of the situation that happened last week with the Palestinians. You had over there in the Wi-Fi camp, Watchmen for Israel. They got into it, I believe, out there in Chicago with the Palestinians. And then you had Chief Ephraim. He wanted to basically do a spin. He wanted to spin in Chicago on the Palestinians on some carnal shit. Okay. And they actually went out there and they actually had like some type of event where they were just all these different camps banding together, which they all have different doctrines, all right, for the sake of carnality, man. Okay? And it's all for clout, man. It's all for views and likes and money. It's not genuine, man. And the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not dealing with these guys, man, because they're doing their own thing. They're serving their own belly. They're not serving Yahushua. They're not serving Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So let me get the scriptures. All right. Matthew 23, verse 1, it says, Then spake Yahushua to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, The scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore, whatsoever they bid you, observe and do. But do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. So they're hypocrites. You got a lot of hypocrites in this thing of ours, man. Okay? It says, For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. Yeah, you got some guys thinking that they don't have to go out there on the highways and byways no more, but they want to send their subordinates out there and do the dirty work. When we got the scriptures say you gotta preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season, man, and you gotta be diligent. You gotta present your body as a living sacrifice. That applies to everybody, man. Okay, if you able-bodied, you're supposed to go out there and teach. All right. Verse 6. Here's the point. Verse 5. Here's the point. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments. And that's what they did during the time of Yahushua. All right. These super Israelites. Okay. And I'll read it again. It says, but all their works they do for to be seen of men. Yeah, all their deeds they doing is for clout. It's for some type of attention. Okay? These guys want notoriety, man, and they don't care who it comes from, man. These guys are so obsessed with fame and attention and clout that these guys do things that are carnal and not even realize that they're going the hell off. You know, they are making threats against these other nations, like they're gonna go bang on them. Okay, they doing carnal shit like posting personal business on social media. All right, you know, like going to shooting ranges. Okay, you could go to shooting range. You ain't going off if you go to a shooting range, but you know you're not supposed to be putting that on your YouTube channel where you teach and posting that to the congregation. If you want to do that in your personal time, ain't nothing wrong with that. All right. But you don't mix what you do off the camera with what you do on the camera. You don't mix what you do as a hobby in your personal time. You don't post that, you know, where your channel is supposed to be a spiritual channel. Okay? The scriptures say the weapons of our warfare are not supposed to be carnal. Okay? And there's a lot going on right now concerning war. World War III. You got the U.S. and Israel. They're over there in the Middle East fighting against Hamas and all these different Middle Eastern countries. Syria, Hamas, Palestine, Iran. All right, the war within Ukraine. You know, they fighting over there, dealing with Taiwan. So, with all this stuff going on, you out here trying to portray that you some type of valiant man, some type of warrior, that you ready to basically throw down and incite riots. All right, you portraying the wrong image, man. Okay, because you're giving Esau the ammo that he wants to accuse us, man, and to label us as domestic terrorists. Okay? But these guys, they don't care. They don't want to hear the rebuke. They don't want to hear the admonishment. And they don't consider what is being said, the warning that is being said, so that they can, correct their behavior. But anyway, let's move on. So, Second Peter chapter 2, verse 1, it says, "But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies." All right. Yeah, you got the same Israelite camp that Captain Zariak, he's a leader in. You got some of these guys saying wild shit. All right. Saying that you can have sex on the Sabbath. Okay. Of course, majority of these camps teach that the MOTB is not the RFID CHIP, but they saying you can have sex on the Sabbath. They saying that John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. You had the Sakari, they had a problem with the Apostle Paul. All right, and saying that different things about the Apostle Paul. We're not gonna get into all that, but the point is, man, they saying things that shouldn't be said, man. Okay, things that are not scriptural. All right, and then they didn't continue in the things which they have learned, man. Which is what? The sound doctrine. All right, they lean into their own understanding. St. John chapter 15, verse 22. It says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin. All right. And that applies to those that heard this word, man, and did what they decided to do with it, whether they decided to repent, fear the Lord, and be doers of the word, and apply these scriptures into their life, be a man of action. Like the scriptures say, that he may run that readeth it, meaning what? Go out there and get involved, or cast it behind you and continue on in their lifestyles, man, which is in living the ways of a Gentile. Okay, and all these Israelites, all of our people heard this word, man. Okay, it's 2023, man. This word has been out there for half a decade. All right, since the late 1960s, early 1970s. We in 2023. Okay? And this truth has been being pushed on a high level for many years, man. Especially when the Israelites came on YouTube back in 07, 08. This thing is global now. You got Israelites all around the world out there in the highways and byways, man. Different countries on the highways and byways, different islands on the highways and byways. Okay? So you got, for example, you have Tazariak. He's over there on the No Jumper podcast teaching his word, right? Even though he shouldn't be on there teaching, at least on a broader scale, this word is being magnified because he is pushing Israel and is getting the truth out to a broader audience. All right. And those people that see Captain Zariak on there, all right, some of them may inquire and research and look more into the Hebrew Israelite movement and wake up. However, it's not needful for him to do that. That video, that podcast, that video had like over 100,000 views on it. So a lot of Jake's seen that podcast, man. All right. And a lot of guys got marked by watching that video. Okay. But however, the Lord doesn't need for us to go on these different platforms to push this word, man. All right. We got our own YouTube channels. You know, whether we on YouTube or might go on different websites to upload, because YouTube might take your video down. You might go on Odyssey or Rumble or BitChute. We got different avenues to get this word out, man. All you need to do is go out there in the highways, the chief places of concourse, the highways and hedges, highways and byways, and upload on the internet. And the Lord do the rest, man. That's how we all woke up, man. But it is what it is, man. Jeremiah 9:24 says, "But let him that glorifieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am Yahweh, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord." So it's all about glorying Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Don't glory in yourself, that you've been in the truth for X amount of years. You have these different titles of captain or chief, priest, elder. Don't covet those titles. Don't let those titles basically don't let those titles gas you up and make your head big. All right? And lift you up with pride. But rather glory, like it says right here, but him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, which is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Glorify that you understand and know Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That's what you glory. That's what you glorify, man. All right? Because ain't none of our spots guaranteed. Okay? Your spot on a chariot, you don't know if you're of the elect. All right? Your spot on a chariot when America's destroyed and the elect is delivered by being beamed up into those chariots, you don't know if your spot is secure or not. That's why you got to fear the Lord. All right? You don't know if your spot is secure, so you got to endure unto the end. And know that the Lord don't need none of us, man. We're all expendable, man. The Lord could raise somebody else up in your stead. So it's always about having a lowly and humble spirit. Luke 14:23, it says, Luke 14:23, and the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. And that's what the Lord commanded his servants to do. It says, go out in the highways and the hedges, man. The scriptures tell you in Proverbs, the 1st chapter, that wisdom uttereth her voice in the streets. Wisdom is found in the streets. The chief places of concourse. The highways and the hedges, man. All right? The scriptures say they hate him that rebuketh in the gate. And who's that talking about? It's talking about the prophets, man. The teachers. The gates of the city. Where everybody knows about the gates of the city, because that's the entrance in and out of the city, man. The borders of the city in the ancient world, man. So everybody went through those gates. And that's where the prophet of the Lord will be giving warning. All right? And that's how the men of the Lord come into this thing, man. By hearing the word, man. You hear the word through a preacher. All right? The Lord has sanctioned us to be out there and has allowed us to be out there through, Esau really can't do nothing to us yet because he's bound by his own amendments and decrees. First Amendment, freedom of speech, all right, and so forth and so on. So the Lord allows us to be out here and teach this word, man, on the highways and byways, man, for a period of time. That's why it's important that you teach it right, because there's going to be a time where we ain't going to be able to be out there no more. They're going to declare martial law. And a lot of blood is going to be on your hands for those that you have led astray. All right. Last precept, it says, "But now I have written unto you not to keep company if any man that is called a brother be a fornicator, or covetous, or an idolater, or a railer, or a drunkard, or an extortioner. With such an one, know not to eat." All right. So you're not supposed to keep company with unbelievers, man. You got Tazariak, he's doing what he want to do. He's not doing what the scriptures say. He's not doing, Salakia. He's not doing what Yahweh Shemiel Shai said to do, as well as Chief Ephraim and these other guys, these different camps. They're not doing what Yahweh Shemiel Shai told them to do. All right. They're doing what they want to do. They want to go on these different platforms. We're going Side Nigga TV. We're going No Jumper. Next is probably Vlad TV. Okay. Or Math Hoffa. You know what I'm saying? These guys just they want to be famous, man. They want they want the clout, man. They're addicted to it. All right? They're attention whores, man. But it is what it is. We're going to continue to rebuke these guys in that behavior, man, because it's not the spirit of the Lord, man. It's the spirit of the world to want to be famous and have all this clout, man. We in the time we're supposed to be glorifying Yahweh Shemiel Shai, man. All right? And if you go on these platforms and not completely, if you're going to spare, go on these platforms and spare and hold back your soul from blood, then there was no point of even going on these platforms, man. It's not like you going on these platforms and telling Esau, the so-called white man, that he is Esau according to the Bible, and that America's going to be destroyed, and that they're going into slavery, and that 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed, and you're not glorifying the name of Yahweh Shemiel Shai. You calling him Christ. You calling the Most High God. So it's all in vanity, man. All right. So I close there. Low wilderness lesson was edifying, and with that I'm gonna say shalom.